Welcome to the channel, everybody. My name is Ryan, and this is the Unreal World, and we are back for our Resurrected Spirit Quest journey with our main character, Athena of the Owl Tribe. And if you can see just over here to the left, we've got a fox on the map. So we were, in the previous episode, hunting a pine marten, little weasel-like animal that came around, but we stumbled back upon this fox, which is a returning visitor. He just couldn't get enough of the camera, I guess, the spotlight. Had to show back up in the series. So he came in carrying one of our arrows. He's lame, limping. He's already a little bit fatigued too. I didn't do anything except just we were actually resting, and he interrupted my rest by walking into the screen. So we're going after him. Forget about the little pine marten. This is my new prey. Okay, he just turned away, so I can start to sneak a little bit. Okay, I want to get in line with him, so I got a nice lined up shot. Oh, look, there's the pine martens right behind him. That's the same one. Oh my god, my shooting is way off. So my endurance is still not perfect right now, which means we killed him in one shot. I was just going to talk about how crappy my shooting is, but holy god, we just got it. All right, so the fox is mine. Now, it was already injured, so I don't know how well our actual arrow. I mean, it must have been a good hit, though, right? All right, now it sees me. Hold on, it turned away, though. I'm going for the pine marten. Look how close it's letting me get. All right, let's try this shot here. Oh god. Oh, that was close. It went like right over the top of him. All right, let's grab our. Oh, look at this. Two fowling arrows, grizzly, small fox carcass. That's not great. When it says grizzly, that means it's been mangled pretty good by my arrows. But what can you do? Okay, I've got the pine marten in sight again. There's a tree in my way, but I think, oh man, we are just getting so close to him. Tell you what, I wouldn't even bother with it, except I do want his pelt. I have a feeling the pine marten pelt is probably worth a decent amount. It's probably some soft fur. And on top of that, I'm really desperate for leather, which you can turn any kind of fur into any skin that you get, whether it's elk or whatever, into leather if you dehair it. Now, I don't know if I do that with the pine marten. I might do it with that fox, though. Right now, I have a pair of skis on me. You'll see I'm carrying 12 pounds of skis, but I don't have a ski stick because it requires 1 pound of leather to craft it, and I simply don't have that much right now. But, and it's hurting too, because my endurance is it's dwindling. We're trying to walk through like knee deep snow right now, literally. So I don't know if hunting this little pine marten's really going to be worth it. It's funny. It's literally it's after midnight. We're over here in the middle of a hunt at night, but it's going really well. All right, there he is again. Let's take another shot. Oh, insta kill. Got it. Now that was lucky. She is a good shot. I'm not going to lie. Let's look at her real quick. So here's her appearance. Her personality is decent. She got a good will. Her physical profile, though, is just through the roof. This is pretty much like some of the top tier owl tribe material you can get right here. She's got a pretty good frame size, too. So you can see dexterity, agility, eyesight's really good. That helps with that, our shooting and stuff. And if we go to her actual skills, you'll see that she is already a master of the bow at age 16. I think that's when they start, is age 16. And you can see we've actually been gaining stealth here, too. The green little pip there, or plus sign or whatever, indicates that we've leveled this up today. It says it right there. But we're doing okay. There's a loadout of her skills. So let's grab this. Fowling arrow, harmed. So harmed is better than ragged, no doubt about it, but still an ideal. Oh my god, there's the elk right there. Do you see it? Oh, that's the reason we came to the spot, was looking for that elk right there. I have an X behind me right there. We have to rest. But we're okay, it's still there. Let's go for it, baby. All right, I got to zoom out. Where is it? All right, it doesn't show there. It's sleeping. Do you see it? There's no way we can sneak up on it, but yeah, it just woke up. But it still doesn't see me yet, so I can get a little closer. Got my I'm real close. Aha. All right, let's go for a shot here. Headshot. Yeah, we've been getting real lucky. Oh, right over the top. You narrowly missed the elk, it says. Damn, I'm going to break out the regular arrow. Oh, it's turned away from me. We'll just go for a body shot. Missed it. God damn it. Wield. Give me another fouling arrow. Look at this stupid elk. It's like trapped in that little region between the lake there. I don't think it wants to go on the water or on the ice. Yeah, it's trying to avoid going on the ice right now. I can't believe I can't hit this thing. Arrow? I've got like perfect endurance. Not perfect, but as close as I'm... Oh my God. But as close as I'm going to get here. Oh, I'm just taking shot after shot now and missing, bro. This is embarrassing. Okay, hold on. Where's her mittens? I'm taking off her glove. We're taking the gloves off, people. Let's get this arrow going. We got a real arrow here. Okay, we can shoot it now. Nailed it. Look at that. Bleed in the abdomen, balls in pain. So apparently we've got this sucker trapped. I've never had this experience really happen, but so when we zoomed in, for whatever reason, this elk has managed to get itself like stranded on this little piece of land in the middle of this pond, which is covered with ice right now. But I mean, it could probably get across it. It might fall in, but even if it did, it would be okay. It's a dumb animal. So I know it sounds sad, but it's the truth. So I'm going to take a shot again with our mittens taken off. And I missed it. I can't believe how seriously garbage my shooting is right now. That's crazy. Okay, I'm just looking at the animal. It's bleeding. Okay. Take another shot. Got it. Okay, you know what? I'm going to wield my knife and let's move in. My girl is definitely not as heavy as the elk, so we can dance right over that ice. Coming at you. Oh, it's in melee. All right. Knife, blunt to the legs. Take it down. Let's go for the legs. Cripple it. And then we can just bash its brains out. It's gruesome. There, it's down. This is survival right here, folks. All right. Blunt to the head. Oh, it's trying to slip out of my reach here, but I've got you. Blunt. There we go. Okay, it is now unconscious. So now I'm going to do the dirty work here. It'll probably take me a few hits because these things are massive and they got thick skulls, but I'll deal with it. Okay, we have done it. That is our third elk kill right there. Of course, the first thing I do is always grab an arrow and re-equip an arrow so we're ready. Now, speaking of arrows, there's at least I want to say a dozen. I don't think there's quite that many, but there's a bunch of arrows in this direction. Right there. There they are. All right, I mean, roughly a dozen. Oh, man, I'm glad they're all next to each other here. I was hoping I wouldn't have to go too far from that kill because, I don't want to lose it, obviously. And if you move around too much, you might not be able to get back to it. I know that it's just a straight shot, back eastward. So I'm going to grab all these and then we'll get back to our carcass. Okay, we're back here with the elk, and I noticed that my warmth level is cool, which is it's not cold or freezing, obviously, yet, so it's not, like, detrimental to our health, but it's right there on the edge. A few more, degrees, and we will start to freeze, so we got to be careful. I lit a fire there behind me, and we're going to go ahead and skin this baby up. First things first, though, let's rest. If we're doing an operation, whether it's skinning or crafting, a shovel or making skis, then you need to be as fully rested as you can so the outcome of your crafting has a better quality. So let's go ahead and skin it now. That's as good as I'm going to get rest-wise here. Fire's still going strong right behind me. We can crack open this ice to our left and get a little drink. Have a nice meal real quick. Also, while we eat, we should also share some with the spirit world. Let's do a little sacrifice. We feel comfortable. You better believe it. Sitting on top of a giant bloody carcass, we feel real comfy. Now, it's not really important to rest when butchering, I don't think. Quality of the meat's not going to be affected by that. I don't think. Maybe I'm wrong, but I do want to rest just because it's a big job. Butchering this whole thing, it's going to take a lot of endurance to do it. Yeah, and it's even something we have to rest in between. All right, there's a bunch of birds flying around, interrupting me. Let's have another little snack here. Just a quick one. All right, and we are tired, so we got to get home, get to bed. There we go. We've done it. The fire's still going. That's okay. We're weary, and as you can see, I'm fully rested now. I can't rest anymore, but it still says negative 100. It means we're carrying too much weight. And of course, it's all that meat we've got on us. So what I'm going to do now is come into the world map, zoom it on out. Just want to reestablish, yes, my shelter is just to the north of me, so it's real close. But nonetheless, I'm going to be very careful. What I'm going to do is drop some of this meat on the world map. Oops, first things first, let's put our mittens back on. And when I drop this, I don't want to lose it. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to misplace things, especially if you're dropping them on the world map. So in order to avoid that, I'm going to first just get rid of it. Okay, so now I can move because it's under 100 there. I'll go back to the map and add a mark here. We'll say meat at this location. Boom. So now you can see it's easier to see it. Now, since I am so close to my shelter, it's unlikely I would have actually lost that meat, not been able to find my way back. But I mean, if you are far from your shelter, you got to be extra careful. So don't hesitate to get comfortable with this map and leaving marks and stuff on it because it's very important. Just push the A button. You can, hit enter and type whatever you want. Okay, we are back at camp. I've got all the meat here collected. It's in a pile, including those 2 small animals that we got too. So we've been pretty successful. I'm going to grab all of the cordage now. So it's all next to me. The only problem is I want to keep the stack separate to the meat. I'm trying to get everything organized. So all the drying we're going to do is done right here at this spot. I'm debating. I think I want to go ahead, since it's cold and I don't have to worry about the meat going bad as quickly as if we were in the height of summer and it's being real warm. I think I'm going to process the skins first. I'll go ahead and grab these small animals too. Let me grab the fat. So we'll leave those 200 pounds of cuts laying there and we'll do the skins. Like I said, get these in the process. It's more efficient time-wise, because you can dry your meat while you're waiting for, the skins to go through their stages, essentially. Now, and very important, I just cleaned that big piece of elk fur that we got. Where is it? Well, there it is. So we've got the fine winter clean elk skin. I'm going to turn this into leather, as I've said. Now, what we want to do is go into the hide working options and go to dehair for rawhide/leather. There we go. And first you got to clean it. No matter what you're going to do, whether it's tan it, preserve it, dehair it, you have to clean the skin first. You can't go into it with a bloody skin. Okay, that's gross. So let's do that. Now this does take a while. So this takes 12 days. So I might end up getting the leather I need for my skis from another source, like birds or something. But I mean, at this way, when this is done, I'll have like 23 pounds of leather and we can make a whole suit of leather outfit, for her as well. So she's going to be really styling. In addition, she's going to be very well protected from the cold too. So, all right, there's that. Now I will drop the 2 small ones. There we go. Let's get these skinned up here. Now, okay, so unfortunately, it says the hide of the grizzly small Arctic fox carcass is mutilated beyond usage. Well, that's unfortunate. The pine marten was good, though. I did get a pine marten fur. There it is. Fine, too. All right, let's clean that. Okay, and I will go ahead and tan that one. So I'm going to turn this one into just fur, a little bit of fur. Oh, I need a butcher. Now, there is a bit of a conundrum here with this fat that we've got, this elk fat, but I don't think it's honestly going to be that big of a deal. I mean, 12 days is a long time, but so the problem is I've got this elk fat on me here. Where is it? There it is, 2.1 pounds of it, which we'll need to process that skin. Even once we turn it into leather, we still got to tan it with the fat. So I don't know if it's still going to be good in 12 days. Like I said, it's winter, so it might be. Dang it. We'll just have to leave it sitting here in our shelter and hope that it doesn't rot. If it starts to go stale, I can roast it, and maybe it'll preserve it for a little longer. The only question then is, I don't know if you can use roasted elk fat for tanning. I don't know. Think I've ever tried that. But anyway, let me go ahead and process these this one other little fur here, and we'll start to dry the meat. Okay, we are done with the drying of the meat. So I even dried out the pine marten cut we got and the fox cuts. I dried out the fox fat too. And you may ask yourself, why don't you dry out the elk fat? That'll preserve it. But, well, it takes 24 days before it would be ready. And it actually, drying or smoking fat significantly decreases the weight of that fat. So it would go from 2 pounds currently, probably down to like 0.08 pounds or something very little like that. It just shrivels up quite a bit. So it would not be enough to actually skin it. So we have to leave it like this. That's why I say roasting might be possible, but again, I don't know if you can use roasted elk fat to process the skin. Probably. Anyway, let's go ahead and eat. We won't worry about it now. We've got plenty of time. And worst comes to worst, what I'll do, if it doesn't work or if it's gone rotten, then I will just preserve this leather. And come the springtime, we can peel some bark off of a rowan or an alder tree, and that we can use to tan the skin too. So it won't be a lost cause if we lose this fat for sure. Okay, so I just wanted to show this off here. We got done with all the drying, so I'm trying to find some stuff to do while I wait for those skins to finish. But we've got the ability to make a bag, which is amazing with this mod. Normally you can only get these in vanilla by like buying them or trading for them when they're full of seeds or salt or whatever, and then emptying it out. But we've got the ability to make them. It's pretty simple too. 1 pound of cloth, which we have. I'm going to use the squirrel fur up too. It's harsh. It's not very good. Oops, you know what? I need to get my cordage real quick. So I'm going to drop this crap. I don't need that for crafting. And I want the nettle yarn. That's what we want. All right, so let's repeat that process. And we will go, we'll select the fur first, which uses a small amount. Then the rest of it will go with the elk fur and the nettle yarn. Boom. Now I'm going to make 2 of these. So I'll go back to that. There we go. Now we have 2 bags made. Real quick, I'm just going to drop this fur and the yarn. I don't need to carry that with me. Now we've got 2 bags. Look at that. And they're both empty. They don't weigh very much on their own. So the first one, I'm going to actually fill it with water. Okay, so I hit A to do an action or apply, and I'm going to fill that with water. And since I'm staring right at the watering hole, it just fills it up. So now, whenever I need to drink, if I'm out like walking around, I've got 20 pounds of water on me. It's a lot, don't get me wrong, and it's maybe a bit more than you need necessarily. You could make a bowl and only carry like 7 or 8 pounds of water around, but I like the bag. Now the second bag, I will put some food in it. So I'm going to use the second option, pour or put something into. And I'm going to put these 25 pound or 2.5 pounds of elk meat in there. Now what that does is normally when you would be hungry and you go to eat your elk meat, you got to eat in like small pieces. So it brings you back to this menu again and again, like 3 or 4 times. You know, and you'll notice when you eat a roasted meat, it doesn't do that because you're munching on a big piece of roasted meat. You only need to go at that thing like twice. But if you put it in a bag, you just take one big bite. It's like you're a horse just stuffing your face in that bag, getting a big old mouthful, and then you're done. You know, so you don't have to go back and forth to the menu over and over again when you have food in a bag. Just remember, you can't combine foods. So if I were to pick up this 100 bland dry cuts, which I am going to, I can't now go ahead and add more and fill this bag up. It won't do that. You can only just have one particular type. So we'll just wait until this is gone and I'll refill it after that. Okay, just finished the pine marten skin. There it is. Fine winter pine marten fur. It's only ½ pound, but I have a feeling that this is going to be worth a decent amount. Probably be able to get, a dozen arrows or something for it. Not 100% sure, but You know, like I mentioned, some of this smaller game can have very valuable pelts, so it's worth hunting. Unfortunately, we did get that fox fur, but you know, this has several days left, so we might as well get out there and hunt some more. Okay, well, you know, we talked about hunting. Passive hunting counts too. So I decided since we weren't having much luck with the traps back by our shelter, I moved a few paces away from the shelter on the world map and I just, you know, randomly picked this location, placed a few of these little bird traps here. They're actually called light lever traps. I'm using the very first option here. Takes one slender trunk, one stone, and I think one or two branches. Well, we could look and two branches. All right, so yeah, that's very good for catching birds. You can sometimes catch like small hares and squirrels in them too, but this one I don't have any more cranberries, but that's okay. We'll come back here and I will bait those later. But you can see what I did is, like I said, I just took a couple steps to the north there. Boom, there it is. It's hard to see them, but they are indicated. If we zoom in by a little red circle, your traps are on the world map. Whoops, I didn't mean to zoom in there. But yeah, you can see it just north of me. Actually, I noticed there's some cranberries here, so let's grab these. Good old cranberries. It's the only thing you can really get during the winter, other than like, I guess a couple kinds of mushrooms I've seen before. Those Telario's gift or whatever. I think those are the mushrooms we'll need to officially enter the spirit realm. I wonder if that's going to become part of a quest at some point. But yeah, I've seen those during the winter too. But they'll say they're poisonous. Although I think if you boil some of the stuff, you can still consume it. Now check this out down here. There's a couple of saplings here, which I am collecting since we used a bunch for our last kill. But very importantly, there's a birch sapling right here. So I've talked about these in the past. I always collect these when I see them too. And if we check that out, so I've got the spruce ones, which are good for cordage, but the birch is good for arrow shafts. So I've got 3 of those, you see. Yep, collect those whenever you see them. If you're using the current mod set that I'm using, that is. Okay, well, would you look at that? It's been a couple of days, honestly. I've been zooming around looking for prey, trying to hunt, but I didn't see anything, so I decided, hey, let's come back here, and boom, we've got one. So we're going to grab our combo knife. We will blunt to the head. The birds are much quicker and easier, so 2 shots and he's dead. I will go ahead and reset the trap. I also got some more cranberries since the last time I was here, so we can bait these up. Very nice. So we've got ourselves a big juicy bird, but most importantly, the leather that comes with that. So let's get home right away and get that processed. Okay, we're back. I also want to note that the elk fat here, which we had talked about, it's still okay. It doesn't say stale yet, and it's obviously not rancid, so I'm hoping it'll last. I don't know. It's been, like I said, a few days, so we're at 9 days. It'll be ready, but not bad. Let's go ahead and get this bird set up, though. I'm going to go through this real quick, show you how you can do this real fast once you get the muscle memory going. And, oh, I forgot to butcher it. Let's go for that. Clean, fat. We got 2 cuts from that. So here's what we'll do. So the skin is now down. You can't see it because it's stacked, but yeah, there it is. Won't be ready for a few hours. So we're going to start a little fire, I think. We might as well roast up. No, I don't want to use my saplings. We'll just do 4 branches. That's all you need for a small amount of meat like this. And with such a small fire, I can safely set these down and cook them. And I don't have to worry about them burning. So this fire will burn out before the meat burns. And it'll still cook it all the way through, so don't worry about that. So that bird roasted meat, that'll be fine there. We might as well go ahead and wield an arrow again. And let's see, it's still morning, so we can get right back out there and keep hunting. Like I said, that meat will be there when I get back. It won't be bad or anything. Not a big deal. We can come out here. I've been just zooming around, trying to open up some of the... Oh, squirrel. It's in the middle of the woods. Let's just see. Squirrels in the middle of the woods aren't the best. You see him up there? I don't know. If you can isolate him in a tree by itself, like this one, okay, this might be a doable. All right, see him? Oh, he's between these 2 trees. He's in the birch, and he's going back and forth. Let's take a shot at him with our fowling arrow. Nailed him. All right, he's unconscious. Let's grab it's hand axe, closest thing I saw. Let's grab it. Dead. Got it. Okay, get our fouling arrow, and I'm going to re-equip it. Boom, we got ourselves a squirrel. We're not done, though. Let's keep going. Thing's going to be okay. It'll survive. Well, not survive. It's dead, but it won't go bad in our pocket anytime soon. Not for the rest of the day, obviously. Oop, there's a trader. See the little blue guy? The blue characters on the map are always foreign traders. They won't attack you. And if you have furs or pelts, you can trade them. That's all they take, though. They won't trade anything else. You bring them food, they don't want it. You bring them weapons, no. Just pelts. They do have good items, though. Like, they also don't carry food, but they do have armor and weapons and stuff. And sometimes, like, little baubles, like silver pendants and things like that, which I've read before. Some of that jewelry is necessary for, like, late-stage questing, I think. Again, I'm not an expert on the questing aspect of this game. I'm definitely more, in the past, I focused more on the hunting and survival, but that's what the point of this series is to try and get into those spirit quests that I've neglected. So we've definitely spent a good few episodes here recently just hunting and surviving, and we've been pretty lucky. So I think it's probably time to head out. We will take some of the meat that we've gotten here. Obviously, a lot of it's still preparing, but I'd love to be able to get up here and if not actually trade for a dog, then at least maybe pick up another quest and complete a couple more of those. And of course, the first several quests that we get access to are given to us by people in like villages. So, of course, with that being said, we're going to have to make our way up north here soon. I think this is probably a good place to end the episode. And like I said, we'll sort the camp out here, pick up our roasted meats and stuff, but we're going to head up and see if we can do some questing in the next episode. So I hope you guys will tune in for that. Hit that like button for me if you're enjoying the series. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. And also I want to give a big shout out to my Patreon supporters. Thank you guys very much. And I will see you all on the next episode.